Your inspiration station, Worship 94.5 FM. Your man RoJay holding it down for you. Tonight, a very special guest on the Love Offering. My man Vedo, fresh off the road, out here dropping albums, hitting us with these viral videos, making it happen for the world of R&B. So I had to get him on the line and discuss everything that we have going on. Vedo, what's going on, my boy? How are you feeling?
I'm blessed, man. You know, working, man. Fresh off tour, just relaxing. Got some stuff going on today. Getting ready for some stuff to happen, even more so.
You just mentioned coming off of this second leg of your tour, the Still Having Mood Swings tour, and the fans definitely showed up for you. Now, how does that make you feel to connect with them across the globe? And what are some of the things you learned about yourself on the road?
Makes me feel great, man, to be able to go on tour twice in 1 year and sell out the way that I did. It just lets me know all these years of work, it ain't been going unseen. One thing I have learned about myself though is, you got to stay healthy when you're on that road. And you got to get your sleep. You try to eat as best as you can. Stay sanitized. Try to wear your mask because it's like you got all these shows lined up, people to come see you. Mess around and get sick a week into the tour. You got to miss a few dates, which it didn't happen. But that's one thing I learned about myself. I love to party. I'm a people's person. I had to sit down, on this tour after the show.
Now, I actually was at the Atlanta show for the first leg and then in Birmingham for the second leg, and I noticed that You Got It is still one of those songs that resonates so hard with so many of your fans. What do you think makes that song so special?
Oh man, it's it's reassurance. It's that boost of confidence that everybody needs to hear from a total stranger, right? It's like going somewhere and somebody seeing you and just saying, "Hey, God told me to come tell you that you're doing good." It's just a total stranger. I think that's what You Got It does to people. They listen to this song and they look like, man, he must have made this song for me. God must have told him to make this song for me. I think that's what resonates with people. A total stranger, to giving them the boost of confidence that they needed to make it over that hunch, to go get that degree, get back in the gym, and things like that.
And let me just let my listeners know, you've dropped 2 projects this year, one at the top of the year and one here recently. And I ain't talking about 3-song EPs. I'm talking about full projects. We got Mood Swings and 7 this year. Now, what drives your creativity when writing and recording that gives you such a quick turnaround with your projects?
I just love doing music. For a long time, I was doing music for free and I was just dropping music. So I think for me, the creativity comes from everyday life, meeting people. As I come up in my career status, you meet more and more and more people with different stories every day. And I think that's kind of been a creative thing for me, just meeting people and just listening to their problems, also going through my own problems. And with the 2 albums in 1 year, man, I came off a high when I released Mood Swings. And I didn't come down. I just was like, I got some more I want to talk about. And that's where the second album came from, man. And I was like, let's just go. I told my team I want to drop another one at the end of the year.
Now let's talk about this record, Deep, Hold You.
Yeah, okay.
I do want to know the story behind it. Now that instantly became one of my favorite songs on the project, and maybe even from your catalog overall. But tell me a little bit about how you came up with the record, the inspiration, all of that.
I'm gonna start by saying this. I wanted to make a true R&B record when I heard this track, right? And that's from the tempo, the lyrics, the harmonies, the bridge, the instrumentation. Making this record, I wanted it to feel like a record that was written for D'Angelo, but he didn't put it on his album. It was almost like, oh man, he thought the record was so good he wanted to save it for his best album. I looked at it like, oh my goodness, one of Jasmine Sullivan's biggest R&B records, right? And I was like, I want a record that people can listen to with their eyes closed and just visualize everything that I'm saying. And I think that was my whole mindset going into Deep. It's a true R&B love-making record with the bridge, with the vocals, everything, the message. And I just wanted to create something that was wholeheartedly R&B.
Well, you definitely did that. You guys keep it locked right here. I got more with my man Vedo on the way right here, your inspiration station. Worship 94.5. Inspiration station, Worship 94.5 FM. Your man RoJay holding it down. Still hanging out with my man Vedo tonight on the Love Offering, discussing the project 7 him being on the road, doing all that needs to be done in the world of R&B. Now, Vedo, I do love how you balance relationships. I mean, from flirting to love making. And when you lay out the blueprint for your projects, how do you decide which direction you want to go each time?
You know, I'm gonna say this. There's not really a direction for me. I always try to lead with love. And I think me leading with love has been working for me for the past 4 or 5 albums. And I'm like, whatever comes out, whatever this project leans towards, I want it to be wrapped in love. You know, and that has always been my thing, to make love cool again. Make finding your person and loving them forever, making that cool again, marrying somebody, making that cool again. Because I think we had got away from, that sentiment of R&B, which is why people were saying R&B was dead. They thought love wasn't cool anymore, so they started singing about, in the club popping bottles. You know what I mean? Like, so I just wanted to kind of bring that love back. As long as my projects are centered around love, whether it be marriage, therapy, sex, partying, everything needs to be centered around love. So the direction just comes to me. But the most important thing is always lead with love.
And let's remind the people how you worked with so many artists like Usher, Ari Lennox, Lloyd, Chris Brown, Eric Bellinger, just to name a few. Now, is there a challenge on your end when you're working with other creatives and you get into their creative space?
No, not at all. I think the reason I'm never, afraid to enter another creative space, because I go in, I go in as a cup still needing to be filled, right? I never walk into a room where my cup is full and I'm like, nah, only if you can tell me nothing. I'm here because I do this and I do that. Nah, I think that's the wrong way to go. You should always go in and leave a little bit of room for the other creative to be creative as well. And I think that sets the tone for a healthy session, that sets the tone for a healthy conversation. When you go in not being a big head, not going in thinking you know everything. Go in and, you can conform to a certain level to where it doesn't make you uncomfortable, but it makes them comfortable to be able to open up to you. And that's how you end up making great records. It's when, you're willing to work with another creative and, hey, see their vision for what it is.
Listen, we got 2 albums this year. So I'm not going to put it past you that we will probably get another project by the top of the year. But what can the fans expect coming up from my man Vedo?
Man, well, as of now, we're going to dive into some different things. We're going to try to get into some acting. Hopefully that everybody is truly coming off strike soon, so we can try to get into that. But as of now, I'm going to just let y'all marinate on these 2 albums. I'm getting ready to put together a tour. The Australian tour, actually. I'm just working. Y'all gonna see more of me, man. I think the only thing that my team and myself are working on now is becoming more visible social media wise. I think that's the thing. That's the connection that we have to make with the music, because nowadays people are nosy. People want to know everything about you, and I'm a very private person. I'm a private person, and so that's hard for me to do. But I'm kind of opening up to that now. Just to you got to kind of give them things. So just you'll see more of me. You'll see more of me. I'm dabbling into some real estate, some business stuff, because music ain't always gonna be here. So I think that I want to start trying to diversify my portfolio too. So yeah.
Vedo, my dude, I appreciate you checking in with me tonight on the Love Offering, hanging out, letting us know everything you have going on. We'll definitely stay in touch. And of course, this growth, this movement that's taking place, we're loving it. So I would definitely be checking in with you by the top of the year, all right?
All right, dog. Much love to you, man. Let me know what y'all need.
Keep it locked right here. So much more on the way, including that new one from my girl, Queen Naja. The Inspiration Station, Worship 94.5 FM.